Church.
Alright, where did I put those Wheaties? I was sure they were around here somewhere. Huh, we must be out. Oh well, I guess I'll just have to go with coffee this morning. Alright, well, I guess we better get to work. Alright, so you guys are probably wondering what is going on today. Basically, there's an auction sale in town, and we're going to be going to it. Now, the reason why is they're selling a few skid steers there. Now, you might be asking, Austin, you already have a skid steer. Yes, well, that ended up having a few problems. It went to the shop. It's not going to be done for 3 weeks, and we need a skid steer. So what's going to happen is they're just going to work on that skid steer and they'll end up selling it for me, and I am going to go pick up a new skid steer at today's auction. But before that, we got a few things to do. Also, YouTube says that over 75% of you guys that watch the videos aren't subscribed, so if you guys enjoyed today's video, consider subscribing. Anyway, let's get into it. So first off this morning here, we've got to get this trailer unloaded here. That way we can get the skid steer on it if and once we buy one. But what's going to happen after I take these two things off is we're going to take the box off, which it does come off, which is pretty good. So for now, that's just going to be my new skid steer trailer. Now, normally I would use one of the other flat decks instead, but I prefer one with railings on the side. It just makes everything a lot easier. So we'll just be taking the box off of that and using that trailer instead of the big flatbeds. And this one's nearly not as long. All right, I'm just debating how we're gonna get this box off. Now, there's grass in it, so I do have to go load that off. So I guess we'll just go and dump it over at the pile over there, which will eventually burn at some point. Well, there's a lot more grass in there than I thought there was. Okay, well, now that that's done, I guess we gotta get to taking this box off. All right, now we have got the box off here. I think we're going to hook it up to the F550 instead of the GMC because I just like pulling with this truck a lot better, and it's less wear and tear on that newer truck. All right, there we go. So eventually, once we do get back to mowing, I will put the box on, but for now, we got a lot of skid steer work to do in the future here in the next few days, so that's why I need a skid steer so soon, and we'll just keep it like this for a little while. Also, I do got to harrow the yard at some point. It's a little rough out there. Oh, there's one thing I do want to show you guys real quick here before we head out to the auction is a spot that I want to put a cabin out that we're actually going to have to clear out with the skid steer. I believe there's some debris there and stuff. So if we end up picking up a skid steer here today, I think we'll end up doing that. So it's this spot right here. And I believe I got to cut down a tree or two, and then we're going to put a cabin right here. I think that's going to be perfect. Should be a nice little spot for us to have a nice little guest cabin. So that's one of the plans for today. And there's a place that deals in pre-built cabins right in town, so we can just buy it and they'll move it right on. So we don't even have to wait or build one, which is perfect. But anyway, I guess we had better get out of here. The auction is not going to start for another 45 minutes. We're only about like 10 minutes away from town, so I guess we had better get going here. Was there anything I had to do before I left? I don't think so. I think we're good to go now. So I guess we had better get out of here. Also, rebrand for the trailer. That's coming soon. It's coming soon. Actually, one thing I keep forgetting to ask is let me know what we should name the lawn care / landscaping company. That way I can get a logo and I can put it on the trailer. All right, got to shut the door before we leave. Don't need anybody just going in the shop there. So I think we're good to go now. Let's get out of here. Actually, I wonder if we have time to grab lunch before the auction starts. Possibly. Possibly. I guess we'll find out here. I do want to take a good look at everything, though. And, of course, my truck is low on diesel. Well, now I have to do everything today. But from what I heard, today's auction is supposed to be pretty good. So it's supposed to be lots of good equipment, even some mowers. I'm not interested in any mowers because we just bought some new ones. But, yeah, I guess we'll see what's there, see if there's anything worth buying. But supposedly, there's 2 skid steers there. All right, here we are. I believe the auction sale's right there. Yeah, it's right there. All right, I guess we're just going to pull in here for now. I think we're a little bit early, so we should have time to go look at everything real quick. And then we'll just grab some lunch just before the auction starts. I did not do a very good job of parking. Whatever. All right, where's the entrance to this? Right here. Okay. Ooh, so there's the 2 skid steers. We'll look at those in a minute. Got a camper. You got a trailer. Another trailer. Actually, I like this trailer. It's a single axle, so it wouldn't be too great for hauling a skid steer or anything. But hey, this looks pretty good. A quad. Well, could never go wrong with buying a quad. A few mowers. John Deere Gator. I already got a side-by-side, so I'm good on that end. Ooh, this is a very nice tractor. 2950. Haven't seen one of these in a while. It looks about the cleanest, one of the cleanest that I've seen. Dang, that's a nice tractor. They'd have it either cleaned up really nice or they just haven't used it much. I got a Massey Ferguson 4707. This one I think was one of the town tractors as far as I'm aware. I've seen it mowing some parts around town, so I'm assuming that's what it is. Ooh, I've also been looking for a semi-truck because We were supposed to get an excavator, but then there was some issues with the company, so we ended up not getting one. But hey, I could go for a semi. I don't think there's any flat deck trailers here, but I got some guys that I know that have a few. I'm sure they'd be willing to part with one. That's a Kenworth. That's another Kenworth. It's a Freightliner. That's a Peterbilt, and that's, oh boy, there's a lot of Kenworths here today. But I will say I like this one the most. Can I peek in the interior here? Ooh, that is some clean interior. Well, this obviously hasn't had too many hours on it. Looks like it's got fresh tires on it. Dang. Okay, this might be one to look at. All right, it's Peterbilt service. What the heck is this? Is this a service truck? It is. Huh. Dang, that's a beast. I've never seen a service truck that big before. And then looks like there's another Kenworth cab over. That's cab over too. An old Chevy. Looks like this was quite the old work truck though. In good condition though. That or just had a repaint. Either way. Looks pretty good. Looks like a little Ford F-150 service truck. Did they clear all the service equipment out of it? Yes, they did, except for that. Yep, definitely cleared everything out of that thing. Ooh. Bobcat. 86.3. What is it? Oh, it's the turbo high flow. Whoa. Man, fancy. I don't got many attachments here today. What is this? This would be perfect for chopping up those trees that I want to get down. Okay, we'll have to look at that. And I think you use this to move trailers as far as I'm aware. But this, I haven't had any experience with Case, but I've heard good things about them. Now, I'm no Case man myself, but hey, this thing looks almost brand new. All right, what are we talking for? Oh, it's got a light bar on it. Dang, fancy. I think it comes with this bucket because it's attached to it. So yeah, it must come with a bucket. Now I got to decide between the Bobcat or the Case. I'm not too sure. Well, it looks like they got a decent spread of equipment. Obviously, they hold these auctions every week, so it's not a huge spread of equipment, but it is a bit. But I'm thinking I'm gonna go have some lunch, and I'll think on that because I think the Case though. I think the Case. I don't know. Try something new because I didn't have any luck with the cat. So yeah, I'm gonna go have some lunch. I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, have me some lunch. The auction's about to start here in 10 minutes or so. So I guess we're gonna go try a bit on the Case, the attachments here, and possibly this Kenworth, I'm gonna say. Maybe. I'm not too sure. Everything else, though, I'm not too sure. So I'll see you guys after the auction. All right, auction is over, and apparently they didn't like the way that I parked in this parking lot. So I had to go move my truck here. But we are now the owners of a Case skid steer, which it ended up going a little higher than I would have liked, but we got the attachments for pretty cheap because no one really wanted the attachments, which I was surprised because they looked really good. So yeah, we got the attachments, and the Kenworth, that went for next to nothing. I don't know why, but I ended up scooping that up too. So I got the Kenworth and the Case skid steer as well as the attachments. But I think the Kenworth was the nicest truck here, but it went for next to nothing. Like, I couldn't have got it cheaper anywhere else. If I'd went through dealer, private sale, anything, there's no way I could have got it any cheaper anywhere else. Like, I literally almost stole the thing. It was so cheap. Oh, by the way, this only has 80 hours on it. Nothing. Like, a little bit of use here and there, but 80 hours is nothing. Anyway, we'll stick the bucket right here. I think we have enough room for all the attachments. We're not going to have enough room to fit on the Kenworth there. We're going to have to come back for that one. Yeah, not quite enough room. I know the Case skid steer doesn't look the greatest compared to like the Bobcat or anything, but I want to give it a try. I'm going to give a Case skid steer a shot, see if it can impress me. If so, I'll keep going Case. If not, I'm going back to Bobcat. But hey, you don't know until you try. All right, we'll just stick this on here. Actually, I want to see how bright that light bar is. Daggum, we're going to be able to do work at night if we want to. Dang, that's bright. All right, better throw some straps down here real quick. There we go. We got straps on everything. We got just enough room, which is perfect. So I think we're going to get out of here, and then we'll just come back later for the Kenworth there. But yeah, I guess eventually we'll get that whole excavator thing figured out, and I'll get a flat deck, and we'll be good to go. We can start doing more digging work, I guess, because right now we can't. No cop, no stop. I kind of stopped. It was a halfway stop. Oh, one thing I did want to mention is a lot of you have been asking me where I get my mods. They either come from Mod Network, which is linked in the description, or the Facebook groups that are linked in the description. If you can't find them anywhere else, then they're most likely private. Also, I got to check if that skid steer has a jellyfish launcher in it. It's kind of important. It's one thing I forgot to check. And we are back. All right. Stop here, unfold the ramps, and we'll get everything offloaded here That way we can get to work doing a few other things before the day is done. Also, I gotta go pick up that Kenworth truck. I will say this skid steer does handle a lot better than anything I have on tracks. And it does seem a heck of a lot faster, too. Oh, yeah, gotta check if there's a jellyfish launcher in here. You can barely see it, but it's there. Had me worried for a second. It took me a minute to find it, but hey, at least it's there. That's what's important. Yeah, I gotta say the nicest thing about this case so far I've found is the handling. I mean, I've only drove it for 5 minutes, but I gotta say, the handling on it is amazing. Other than that, it's pretty similar to the cat skid steer at the moment. Alright, let's grab our absolute beast of a tree grinder here, and let's get to work doing a few things. I believe this does lift higher too. Oh man, that does really lift high. Dang. Alright then. Well, that's another thing, I guess. Look, I'm sorry I had to try it. That was just one of the many tests I'm gonna put this thing through. I should probably grab the bucket here and do a little leveling on my driveway here. Probably use it a bit. We'll do that after we cut down some of these trees. So we don't really need anything cut down up to the trail here, but what we do need is some of it cut down when it comes to where the cabin is going to be, which is right up here. So we got a few trees to cut down. I turned on the light bar here because it's a little bit dark. Anyway, we'll fire up the skid steer here. Let's see how many trees we can demolish. Okay, so I ended up cutting down the tree here with the chainsaw. And I kind of just went to town on this stump here, which it seems to be working. I tried grinding down the tree. It didn't work out so well, so I ended up just cutting it down with a chainsaw, which was my best bet. But what I will say is it kind of does work to grind up trees. I mean, not the greatest, but it does work. I wouldn't suggest it. Alright, I'm going to have to come back here with some bigger firepower because this thing, it works for grinding stumps, but that's about it, and that's its intended purpose, but oh well. I got a guy with another tool that I think will work a lot better, and I think I'll use that tomorrow instead. But for now, I think I'm just going to take this back to the shop, grab the bucket, do some gravel work on my driveway here. Make it a little more smooth, and then maybe harrow the yard. We'll drop that there, and we'll grab our bucket, which I will say is not as nice as the bucket I had on the cat, so I'll have to get the bucket back from the cat. But still should work. I gotta move that trailer out of the way at some point, too. Anyway, guys, it's gonna be the end of the episode for today. If you did enjoy, smash that like button. Also, if you're new, consider subscribing. I'm gonna get to smoothing out some more of this gravel here and cleaning up the yard a bit. But anyways, hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see y'all in the next one.